Hi, this is Attorney Joe Mitchell, YourHarvardAttorney.com, serving Greater Philadelphia with personal injury, criminal defense, and DUI. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to talk about limited tort. What is that? You might have heard that word, limited tort. Certainly if you're a driver and you've signed an insurance policy, you have a car and you sign an insurance policy, you know that limited tort deals with what you are entitled to if you get into an accident. Now, you may also know that it's cheaper than full tort. So there are two types of car insurance, limited tort and full tort. Under full tort, you can get injured, and if you're injured, then even a little bit, your insurance pays you for the pain and the suffering, which is a huge part of any accident. If you get in an accident, it's going to be painful if you're really injured. But under limited tort, basically, in exchange for getting a lesser amount, paying a lesser amount for your insurance, you give away a very important right. And that's the right to recover for your pain and suffering. Now so basically you save maybe about 25% on your auto insurance. Sometimes it's 30% on your auto insurance by giving away this right. So it's tempting. It's very tempting. But you really have to consider, do you want to do that? And there's a lot of reasons for and against. But before I get into that, what I want to tell you is there are certain exceptions to being classified as limited tort, even if you sign up for limited tort. And let me go over those briefly right now. If you're in an accident that's not your fault with a drunk driver, you suddenly become full tort. You can sue for your pain and suffering, even if it's a minor accident. If you are seriously injured, if there's a real serious impairment of a bodily function, that's a legal term, impairment of a bodily function, then you can recover, even if you're a limited tort. If you're in an accident with someone who's out of state, who has an out-of-state vehicle, you can recover for a full tort, and you can recover for small injuries, even if you're a limited tort. If the driver doesn't have insurance, you can recover full tort, even though you've paid for limited tort. If you're in a commercial vehicle, like a bus, or a cab, or if you are a pedestrian, you can recover full tort, even though you paid for limited tort. So those are some of the things to consider. And if you'd like to know some more about that, I've made a few other videos about limited tort and full tort. Many times I recommend that if you can afford full tort, that it's a good idea to get it, because if you are in an accident and it's not super serious, your car could be totaled, but you might not have a serious injury. You might be out of work for a couple of weeks, but you might not have a serious injury. There are a lot of cases where you're a limited tort and you can't recover even though you've been injured. Something to consider. Please look at my other videos. Feel free to call my office for a free consultation. Thank you for listening. This is Joe Mitchell, YourHarvardAttorney.com, serving Greater Philadelphia with personal injury, criminal, and DUI. Thanks for listening.